And so also given or going back into what I stated about Libra being an air sign and it being light. So whenever we talk about like getting back into the original conversation of Sag and Gemini being like masters of communication, think about it. They're very light in weight. If you look at Sag and the Gemini, Sag is light in weight just for the simple fact that it's a fire sign. Fire don't carry that much weight. You feel what I'm saying? It's light in weight. And fire is literally light. So light can be both of those spectrums. Light, physical light, as well as physically light. It don't have that much weight or density. And so even with air signs is vapor. It's the air. It's the gases that float and roam in the air. This is why Geminis are so good at communication, because it's light. It's air. And they're very light on their feet, and they're very quick with their words, and their tongue is very light, and they can say things from a very accelerated point of being. And if you think about the element of air literally rules communications, because it literally deals with like how we're able to let out like air in order to talk and generate sentences and to generate responses, because literally I'm breathing, and even with me speaking, I'm utilizing air, right? So that's why they say that Geminis are very good at communication, just for the simple fact that air is able to relay messages really fast. And even if I burn something up inside of this part of my house and inside of this room, you're going to smell it very fast in another side of the house, because air, it literally, like, it will seep through the cracks inside the door, inside the wall, inside the space, inside the room, and it's going to get to the next portal. It's going to get to because the door is just a portal. It's a gateway. It's just going to get to the next gateway, and it's going to relay that information very quick. So Geminis can be real slick with their words. They can, whatever they say, they can make their message slip through, even if they're not even using like a certain tone that will indicate that they're saying something shady to you. So it don't even have to relate to your mental that quick that they're saying something shady, because it's air. It's so light. It's so, I was about to say conniving. It's so, it can seep through certain things. And so given that we talking about Scorpio as a message at communication too, we're stating that their message at communication just for the simple fact that Scorpio is literally a water sign, and we talked about how we can use telepathic messaging. Well, the thing with that is, okay, I was going to also get into how water, it holds more weight than the element of air, and as well as the element of fire, because water is literally compacted molecules. And even with water is like a collection of gases. It's because water can evaporate and turn into a gas too. So if you think about a body of water and you think about condensation being the buildup of water, so water is a collection of thoughts, which is why they're so heavy, which is why like Geminis and like fire signs, they kind of don't like it when somebody has their Mercury in water that's around them, because it's like, yo, hurry up and say whatever it is that you gotta say. Hurry up and spit that shit out. Hurry up and say whatever the fuck it is, because blah 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 blah. I don't have the patience to sit here and wait for you to elaborate. And that be the thing about a Mercury and Scorpio. They have more patience and more tolerance to wait on certain things to unfold. They don't just look at things from a surface level point of view. They're looking at things from all points of views, because when you look at the element of water does something which is called refraction of light. And refraction of light is pretty much simply when water is able to cast different images based off of how it is appearing to you at one particular angle, but on another angle it is doing something else. And so I'm about to literally show y'all that right now while I'm talking. That's why I'm really talking like that. I'm trying to hurry up and get this shit out before y'all brains disappear into another realm. Which is what we speaking on. So when we talk about refraction of light, like look at that pencil. It looks like it's one way on the surface, but it looks another way up under the surface. So water is literally compacted layers of light. So when you look at an ocean can go so deep that literally the sunlight cannot go all the way down into it. So that's why it gets so dark after a certain point inside of the water. Well, given that water is of that nature, think about the layers of light as you're traveling further and further up or further and further down. It's like a layer, and you can see the gradient. Oh, y'all know what a gradient is, right? It's potent right here, but as it spreads out, it gets thinner and thinner and thinner and lighter. You feel what I'm saying? Okay, so my intuitives, my intelligence that don't need much words for me to break that down. You feel what I'm saying? So water holds different layers of light. And light, when you look at the etymology of the word light, when you say light, look, Li. That almost sounds like how the word lie is spelled. So light can lie. Light. It can lie to your eyes. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna to do, or that's what we're going to say to conclude this message. It could get way much more deeper than this, but I don't want any trains of thoughts to be lost off of my depthness, my deepness. Yeah, so that's how Scorpios are also masters of communication, because they don't just look at shit from surface point of view. They look at shit also from a deeper point of view, and they can see shit from multiple perspectives, because water has multiple angles in which you can view things from. As we just saw with that pen or that pencil being submerged into the water, but it looking a whole other way inside of the water. So water can cast illusions. So this is why we also stated that Mercury and water elements are also, or Mercury and Scorpio particularly, is very deep. But yeah, so we're gonna sign out with that. That's me signing out. Peace.